This is Joseph Coco. I'm at Space 2014 on behalf of Becca Hilburn's Art Process blog. Keep on trucking natto soup. If you could introduce yourself, Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve Steiner. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and I started my own comic company named Mullet Turtle Comics.
Okay. And what's bringing you to Space this year?
Oh, well, this is my first convention, my first Space.
Oh, wow.
And I just love making books, and I just kept making them, and nobody ever gets to see them. So I'm like, well, I'm in Columbus. I live in Columbus. I've been to Space before. It's a great convention. A lot of alternative stuff, and so seeing what kind of stuff comes of it.
Sure. So how are you getting your work out to your viewers before coming to conventions?
I was trying to do web comics, and it just wasn't satisfying because I just love print, you know.
Right.
I was doing, there was a initiative by DC Comics called Zuda Comics. It was a small imprint that has since gone under, that was all web comic oriented. And I got my work, and they had a monthly competition, for those not familiar with it, where people would vote on 10 comics, and the winner of that competition would get a contract with DC Comics for 60 pages of work. And I had several comics accepted that, which really kind of boosted my confidence as far as my work went, and I got a lot of feedback on it.
And this is geared towards more indie creators?
This was geared towards any creator. Anyone could submit any genre, any format. I mean, well, it had to focus on their specific format, but any way you wanted to tell the story, and they were very accommodating. It was really cool. I actually got to go to their head office at DC Comics and met some people, and it's kind of unfortunate since went kind of defunct with kind of DC's kind of upheaval, the publisher leaving. This would have been what, like 2010 or 2009. The publisher left, and Jim Lee and whatever took over. That kind of what killed the initiative. But that really gained my confidence, and it was really a fun way to meet a lot of creators. And I just kept making work that nobody was seeing for a long time, and finally I'm like, you know what? Let's just start
this convention route. Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of risk associated with going to a local comic convention in your town. So.
Exactly.
Definitely a wise decision.
I'm only like 20 miles down the road, so at the very least, I meet some cool people and have a good time regardless.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you have a love for print. I know that you're currently working for a newspaper as an ad designer, is that correct?
Yes, as an ad designer.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about how that might affect your work as a comic book artist? I know you do a little bit of illustrations for that.
It's, as far as, I guess, my style of work, it doesn't affect it too much. Every once in a while, as we were talking about before, I'll get a call for a unique piece of art that clip art doesn't fit the bill. Like, I remember one instance I had to draw, it was a Groundhog's Day oriented ad, and I had to draw a groundhog running in terror from a car for a car ad. So that was kind of fun. But really what it's helped me with most is just speed. Like,
to hit those constant deadlines?
Yes, like I get, you knock out, 20, 30 ads a day. They aren't always the most creative, and usually I found clients don't always want something creative, and when they say they want something creative, they don't mean it the way a creative person would kind of take it.
Right, they mean something which appears creative.
Yes. So that's one kind of thing, but as far as like kind of seeing it in your head and making the output of your vision in a pretty quick rate, that's really helped me with that, and of course, kind of another underrated thing is computer skills, like technical, like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. It really gets your skills in that like sharp.
Yeah, and it seems a lot of your stuff is certainly digitally colored. I don't know if it starts digitally.
It is almost all digitally colored. I try to fluctuate between programs. Like this was all done in Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, so it's all vector art. This was all pretty much Photoshop based, with a lot of like scanned in textures, scanned in landscape paintings, like this kind of stuff. Like this is all kind of composited paintings I've done. So that kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff, just getting the technical know-how, the technical pre-press setup, bleeds, specs, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And there's a lot of
more than anything.
I think there's probably a lot of benefit at this point in working in vector-based drawings, because you can expand out to other digital mediums. Like if you wanted to potentially create an interactive comic, I mean, obviously, I don't know how well Illustrator and Flash work together, but
well, I don't know a lot about Flash, but they do work. They work pretty well together from what I've seen so far. We're learning it a little bit right now as our newspaper expands more into digital ads.
Yep.
So our department's slowly learning how to accommodate those kinds of needs in the digital age.
Yeah. What about connections-wise? Have you been able to meet up with many potential comic book editors or anything along those lines to help
Zuda, I met
your work?
some. There's people since left with Zuda's demise, but not too much.
I mean, in terms of the newspaper industry.
Oh, newspaper industry?
Yeah.
You would kind of think I would, but it's
Or is it just bifurcated?
It's actually very segregated departments. Advertising is very segregated from editorial, which is segregated from circulation. It's very it's almost like on a need-to-know basis. Especially here in Columbus, the paper is so big. There's more than one building, so like advertising is in one building where they print the paper with circulation. Editorial's in a completely different building, and then there's like even more buildings that I don't even know about where like digital happened. Like
who knows what goes on there?
I haven't even seen half the buildings, and the family is so kind of spread through Columbus. They own buildings that probably there's nothing even in them probably.
So on a slightly more personal note, I know that you make building ads sound like it's more of a production process because you're going through like 30 some ads a day. Is it tickling your creator fancy when you're doing this, or is it really just utilizing design skills and arduous work kind of?
It is. This is like a labor of love. Like to get, it's almost, I don't know, some people have made fun of me for saying this, but it's almost a curse to have ideas and have so many ideas that you almost have to, I at least personally almost have to unleash them, at least for my own personal sanity. Whether other people enjoy them or not, that's a bonus, and that's something I enjoy, but it's almost like having a baby that you have to push out of you.
So working in advertising just isn't cutting it for the sort of creative ideas that you have?
Not anymore. It used to do it enough that I could kind of keep this on the back burner, but lately it's just it's become almost so formulaic once you build, almost the same real estate ad for 10 years. I've been working 10 years at newspapers, so it's almost, at first it was fun, first you were exploring, and then you explore more, and now it's almost like it's on to a better and bigger light after that.
Okay. So do you have any advice for someone who's considering coming to space for the first time? I know the convention's just starting up here, so you don't have a whole lot of experience with it, but
I don't have a whole lot, but I know the comic scene in Columbus is very friendly. I've been trying to network and meet more people doing that. I haven't met any negative people, any negative feedback. It's a very supportive community.
Are you finding that people are recognizing your work from online distribution channels?
Surprisingly, yeah. I've run into people saying, I've seen your work somewhere before.
That's great.
It's very surprising to me because I haven't really put it out there that much. It's been more just like a personal labor of love until, recently, until less than a year ago. So, yeah, Columbus is a very burgeoning city arts-wise. It's got a lot to offer. It's got the Cartoon Museum. CCD, the Columbus College of Art and Design, puts on a yearly comic symposium. The Thurber House, which is another local institution, also has a graphic novelist in residence. So it's a very up-and-coming comic town.
Right. So if you can get the chance, not only come table at the convention, but also check out
the Cartoon Museum. You will not be disappointed.
Okay. That sounds great. I hope you have a good space.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for stopping by.